The 2026 World Cup is going to be the biggest one we've ever seen. And that means the draw to decide the groups is, well, the most complicated one ever. So how does it all work? Well, that's what we're going to break down right here, from the secret sauce of the seeding pots all the way to the last chance playoffs.
Everything, and I mean everything, starts with this number, 48. For the first time in history, 48 teams are going to compete for the biggest prize in football. That is a massive jump from the 32-team format we've all gotten used to, and believe me, it changes the game completely.
And with more teams comes way more football. Those 48 nations will play a staggering 104 matches. Now, to put that into perspective, think about this. In previous World Cups, a team played 7 games to reach the final. Now, the road to glory is an 8-match marathon. This isn't just a tournament anymore. It's an absolute test of endurance.
So, you've got more teams, more matches. How on earth does FIFA make sure the groups are balanced and the tournament is actually fair? Well, that's where the magic of the draw comes in. Let's take a look at how they build this thing.
Okay, first things first. How do you even begin to sort out 48 different countries? It all comes down to a really important idea called seeding.
Before a single ball gets picked, all the teams are sorted into these things called seeding pots. Just think of them as tiers. The whole point is to keep the highest-ranked teams from all ending up in the same group right away. It's how you avoid those insane groups of death at the very start and keep things competitive across the board.
And here they are, the 4 pots for the 2026 draw. Each one has 12 teams, or in some cases, placeholders. And this whole setup is based on the official FIFA World Rankings from November 2025. You can see the giants in Pot 1, a ton of really strong contenders in Pot 2, and then in Pots 3 and 4, you've got the teams that are absolutely looking to cause a major upset.
So let's break this down, because the logic here is pretty important. Pot 1 is for the absolute elite. The 3 host nations, that's Canada, Mexico, and the USA, plus the 9 highest-ranked teams that qualified. Easy enough. Pots 2 and 3 are filled with the next 24 best teams. But Pot 4, that's where it gets interesting. You have the remaining qualified teams, plus 6 crucial placeholders. These are the wildcards, the spots for teams that still have to fight their way into the tournament through the playoffs.
All right, so the teams are all sorted into their pots. Now for the fun part. How do they actually get pulled out and placed into those 12 groups of 4? Let's walk through the whole procedure.
It's a very specific step-by-step process. It all kicks off with the hosts. Canada, Mexico, and the USA are drawn first, using these special colored balls, and they get put into pre-assigned groups. This is to make sure they get to play their opening games on home soil. Then they draw the rest of the teams from Pot 1, and each of them automatically takes position 1 in their assigned group. After that, it's a straight shot. They empty out Pot 2, then Pot 3, and finish with Pot 4, filling up all the empty slots in the 12 groups.
But here's the twist. While it looks random, it's not just pulling names out of a hat. The whole thing is governed by a set of pretty strict rules, or constraints, that are designed to shape how the tournament plays out. The biggest rule? It's all about geography. FIFA's main goal here is to make sure that no group has more than 1 team from the same part of the world. So, for example, you're not going to see 2 South American teams, like Argentina and Uruguay, battling it out in the same group. The one exception to this is Europe, which has 16 teams. So 4 of the 12 groups will actually end up with 2 European nations.
And there's another really clever rule, and this one comes straight from the official FIFA draw procedures. It's a special one just for the top dogs. The number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the world are put on opposite sides of the tournament bracket. Same thing for the 3rd and 4th ranked teams. This is all designed to ensure that if they keep winning, the 2 best teams in the world can only possibly meet in the final. A dream matchup.
Okay, so remember those 6 mystery placeholders we saw back in Pot 4? The wildcards? They represent the last glimmer of hope for a bunch of countries. This is the final, high-stakes piece of the puzzle, and it all goes down in 2 separate tournaments. 4 of those 6 spots will be decided right here in the European playoffs. And let me tell you, these are absolutely brutal. There's single elimination pathways where teams like Italy, Wales, and Denmark have to fight for their World Cup lives. Only the winner of each path gets to book their ticket to North America. The pressure is just immense.
The final 2 slots are decided by the FIFA Playoff Tournament. This is such a cool concept. It's this awesome mini-tournament that brings together teams from different continents, all competing for just 2 remaining tickets to the World Cup. It's a true global melting pot, where dreams are made and broken right before the main event kicks off.
So, after all the balls have been drawn and the playoffs are finally over, The path to the final is officially set in stone.
You know, the draw is really just the blueprint. The real story, the drama, the unforgettable moments, that's all going to unfold in stadiums across Canada, Mexico, and the United States. From Vancouver to Mexico City, from LA to New York, these are the places where legends are going to be born.
And when you get right down to it, all of these procedures, all these pots and playoffs, it all boils down to one single question. After 104 matches, who is going to be the last team standing?
So yeah, the draw gives us the roadmap, but the journey itself is yet to be written. And if you want to get a head start and really dive deep into all the specific matchups and group breakdowns, you've got to check out FIFALaVida.com. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. This new format, this longer 8-match journey to the final, it demands more endurance and more squad depth than ever before. Does that open the door for a true underdog to navigate the chaos and finally make history? Well, I guess we're all just going to have to wait and see.